What's going on, everybody? Andrew from Pew Brothers. Today I'm going to bring you something a little bit out of the ordinary for me, especially seeing how it's a brand that I haven't particularly favored and maybe even made fun of in the past. But anyway, that's behind us now, I think. Today we're going to bring you the Olight i5T EOS in brass. Now, this light here came to us from a viewer that wanted us to review these. This particular person is passionate about Olights, much like many people in that little niche tend to be. I digress. Here we have the brass Olight i5T. Now, I will tell you one of the things out of the box that I was most impressed with. This thing's beefy. For years and years, I've carried stream lights in some variation of stylus or another baton light, but I'm not quite certain if it's because this is the brass edition or if the other metals also feel the same way or whatever the case may be. This 5T is pretty stout. Now, like many of you may have had reservations in buying Olights because of them being produced in China, which I hate to break it to you, many things now are. There's been a little bit in the news about them catching on fire, exploding, catching on fire in people's pockets, burning rather sensitive areas of the nether region, so on and so forth. I took my due precaution with these. And though I set up a remote test where I was ready to put my extinguisher into action, I was surprised by a couple things. So here in this time lapse, you'll see that I left the Olight mildly unattended, but still in the proximity to be able to act if anything needed to happen. So I need to do some cleaning up before the wife gets home. I think if I turn it like this here, you guys can see it. Fire extinguisher's on standby. I'm gonna go do some cleaning up. I won't be far away, trust me. It impressed me. It impressed me for these reasons. There was no sketchy brightness dimming, you know, after you run some lights on a high setting, you start getting the flickering, diminishing lumens. And I know that's one of the things that many in the Olight industry pride themselves on is the lumens. But it maintained very well, no flickering, no phasing or pulsating. And I used the battery that came with the package. So I'm still on the original battery. I think I'm at like 3 hours burn time right now. And I'm pretty surprised that it's held up as well as it has. Aside from that, the finish on the light has been rather great. I tried to make sure I put all of the products that I put on this channel, Doc and I both, we make sure we put them in the field, which is one of the reasons why it took so long to use this Olight. And I've found this Olight a home, and it's because I wanted to put it in the field. I wanted to use it. I wanted to look for stuff. I wanted to learn how to dim and do all these other cool things and brighten it up, and it's a whole clicker thing. But anyway, for the money, is it worth it? I'd say yes. I would say that this Olight, would I went out and bought it myself? No, because there was reservation inside of me. I was speculative about what I'd seen on the internet. I'd seen it being the, I don't know, the redheaded stepchild, if that's politically correct in 2021, of the lighting industry. Sure, there are the big names like Surefire and Cloud. Streamlight has its fair amount of haters, and a litany of other ones. But because it's sent to us by a viewer and I didn't have anything invested in it, it's really opened my eyes. It didn't catch on fire. Other than the clickbait video that I've posted, sorry. And it's performed fairly well. Now, my home for this Olight, if you would, because of its ruggedness, because of its long battery life, because I feel like I have a proper light to get the job done. It's not finicky like a stylus. It does have the clip here to be able to go into your cap or be affixed some other way. It's compact. Let's see if I can hold it here. Kind of fits in the palm of your hand. I think it's gonna be my motorcycle light. You never know when you might need to look at something riding after hours, and I'll put it up on the front near my my fairing packs to just be able to grab and pull out and get what I need to be done. You know, it's small enough to fit right up front. I don't need to like put it in my tour pack or anything like that. And if I get off my bike, you know, at night to go into a restaurant or something like that, it'll already be there and be accessible. So, quick synopsis of this. I definitely purchased one of these. And with Olight, as many of you know, they have a kind of incentive program when you buy their lights. I think the reason why the guy, the viewer, donated us this light is because he had kind of gotten it on a promo deal for purchasing other lights. I have visited the site since acquiring this light, and I've seen that they quite frequently run like discounts, you know, some type of percentage off or buy one, get one type deal. And it would definitely be something I would look into. So folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the Olight. And as always, blink responsibly.